guys, it's Alicia here. For today's video, I thought I'd be doing something kind of fun and a little bit different from what I normally do, just because of what I'm going to be using. But I'm going to be using my new ColourPop Chasing Rainbows palette, and you may have seen in a recent video that I was wearing this. I used the pink shades and the yellow and a little bit of this. And it looked really, really pretty. It reminded me of like strawberry lemonade vibes, which is why I picked those colors. But what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to be doing an eye look with just this palette. Well, I mean, that's what I did with the last, when I used it last time. But I'm going to be doing one look on one eye and one look on the other, just to try out some more of the colors, and then whichever one I like the most, I'll keep, and then I'll, you know, wipe off the other one, and yeah, make it match. But yeah, so this is what we're working with today. I have a couple looks in mind, and I am very excited to use this. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my trusty MAC paint pot and prime my eyes. I love this stuff because it really does just give you a blank canvas to work your eyeshadow on. It's just really nice. And it's just so much brighter than the other side. Okay, now that I have done that, I am going to take my Flower Beauty brush and I am going to dip into the first shade right here, Wiggles, and just use that as my base. I'm going to do that on both eyes. I just like to do that to set the primer, make sure there's no spots where the eyeshadow can catch, and just to give me a blank canvas. Plus it helps that it's a little brightening, so you know, that's even better. Okay, so now that I did that, for the first look, oh my gosh, there's so many shades I want to use, it's ridiculous. Alright, well for the first look, I'm going to do this eye first. I'm going to dip into the shade Woke, which is this light pink. I have used this pink before. I really like it. I think it blends really well. I'm just going to take that up in my crease. And it's pink, but it's like subtle. Like it's not like very bright. It's a really good transition shade. If you need a pink transition, this one works really well. So far what I've used on this palette, I do like it. I'm way more intrigued by the color shadows than the neutral shadows. I'm definitely going to try them and see what I think about them. But right now I'm trying to dip my toe in the water with the colors. That's why I bought this palette, you know. I mean, if you want a neutral palette, you definitely won't be buying this palette. Because there's only like there's like 3 mattes you could use for neutral looks, and then a couple shimmers, but really that's about it. There's not much to work with when it comes to neutral, but I'm okay with that. Okay, now that I have that blended out, so you can kind of see it because it's a little bright, I'm going to be taking the shade Keep Cool, which is this purple, and take this brush and just get some product on there and kind of pack that on the outer corner. So for my first impression with the purple shade is I'm going to have to use more of it. I feel like it's a little bit harder to pack on, like it's not as pigmented as the other shades I've used so far. Let me try another brush and see if a more dense brush, because that one was a little bit of a fluffier brush. Okay, I feel like that's working out a little better. And I'm going to do a halo eye with this look, actually. So, putting that on the inner corner as well. I don't really care if it's a little bit messy right now, because I'm going to go back and clean it up when I put my middle shade down. But I don't really do halo eyes that often. It's not that I don't like them, I do. I just, like, sometimes I'm intimidated by them. But I thought it would be fun to do something a little different, especially since I've never really dived into colors on my channel before. I wanted to today. I'm in a colorful mood, so let me get some of the purple on that blending and diluted brush. I'll put a little more on this brush. The blending part of that brush really doesn't work that well. I don't really use it that often, but this is my favorite blending brush. You'll see me use this one all the time. I wish the shade was a little bit more, like, purple. Like, it is purple, but, like, it's just not as pigmented as what I was hoping for. Purples are harder to get right, so, I mean, I'm not completely knocking it down, but I feel like you can tell a little bit, though, that it is a little patchy, and I'm blending it up there. I'm not mad at it. It looks okay on the outer corner. I'm just going to try to get this to blend a little bit better if I can. It's working a little bit, but not like a whole lot. Oh, that did something. Okay. So that looks a lot better. I'm going to go back in with that pink shade that I used and just kind of make sure those edges are blended out in the crease. So far, this is actually looking pretty good. I was worried that the purple wasn't going to be what I wanted it to be, but it's looking better. I'm going to add a little bit more on the outer corner and the inner corner just to make sure it's very pigmented. Because I'm going for an intense, colorful eye look today. And I feel like you really have to, like, use a lot of this to, like, really get it to show up. I mean, it's not very soft to the touch. Honestly, none of these mattes really are. But when you swatch it, yeah, it swatches pretty badly, actually. So, yeah. I'm really intrigued by the shade next to it. That one is a lot softer. It's obviously more pink, but I feel like maybe if I put that kind of in the middle, I'll also use the other side of the dual-ended brush. So I'm not using this as like my middle shade, but I'm kind of gonna connect a shimmer in the middle to this shade and just kind of blend this into the purple, since purple isn't as pigmented as I was hoping. This shade, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. This one is blending out amazing. Okay, now I feel like everything is looking really nicely. So, what I just did was take the shade Manifest It, and I put that, like, closer to the center of my eyelid. Now I'm going to be taking the shade Not Playing, which I have played with this shade already, and I do love it. It is so gorgeous. I'm just going to be packing that on in the middle of my eyelid. I'm taking a little bit more of that pink shade because some of it got kind of brushed off. And just kind of blend those two shades together a little bit. So far, I'm really enjoying this palette. It's really getting me out of my comfort zone, which is good. That's what I wanted. Okay, I'm just going to clean up under my eye because there was a little bit of fallout. But nothing too bad. I thought it was going to honestly be way worse since we're using bright colors, but that actually wasn't too bad. Okay, so that is one eye look done. I really like how that looks. I think it's very, very pretty. Very pretty. I'm going to add just a little bit more actually because some of it, there we go. I want that center shade to pop. Okay, now I'm going to look crazy because I'm going to do a different eye look on the other eye, so brace yourselves. Okay, so I already set down my base, so now I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to take the shade Bring It, which is the matte blue, and I'm just going to start working with that. This one is a lot softer than that purple shade. Oh my gosh, and so pigmented. Like, wow. Maybe I should do a halo eye with this look too. I feel like that would be really nice because of how pigmented it is. Let's do it, shall we? This could look really great or really awful because, like I said, I'm not really that good at halo eyes. Not something I do a whole lot of. Looks really crazy right now. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of that blue on my crease brush. Wow, this shade is like so pigmented. And just buff that into the crease. I feel like we have to do a lot of blending with this shade since it's so pigmented and blue. I just really wanted to test out a lot of the colors from this palette, and I thought this would be the best way to do so, is just do a 2-look 1 palette type video, and that way I can see what colors I think look decent on me and which ones I'm like, nope, or which ones I need more practice with. This color actually is blending out pretty well. I'm actually really impressed. Thought it was going to be harder to blend out, especially since I didn't really use a transition shade and I just went in with this shade. I think I'm going to take the shade Feeling It though, which is that, it's more of a satin lighter brown. It's not really fully matte. I'm just taking a tad bit of it to like blend those harsh edges out. This one actually is a little bit more, it's not as blue actually as I thought it was, or brown. I mean it is, but like, it's like a reddish brown, so made the crease look a little more red like, but that's okay, it doesn't look bad. So we'll just go back in with more of the blue and blend, blend, blend. That actually looks really nice. I'm honestly really into this. Okay, now I'm going to be taking the shade On One, which is a shimmer blue, right next to the matte, and it's really pretty. Dab that in the center. Okay, so there was a lot of fallout with that shimmer shade. Other than that, though, I think it looks really nice. The shimmer's really not that bright, though. So, honestly, what I think I would do to make this look even better is use my BH Cosmetics Aurora Lights palette, because there's a bright blue in there. I feel like that would be really pretty just dabbed on top of that shimmer, but that's okay. That's a really pretty shade. The shade Lucid. It's like a dual chrome. I wonder if that would look nice. I don't know. We'll find out. If it doesn't, then oops. Actually, I think that look kind of nice. It's like blended in with the shimmer blue shade a little bit. It's like on the very center. Okay, now I'm going to clean up my under eye. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is I am going to put a little bit of shadow on the lower lash line, which is something I don't do a whole lot. I did when I wore this palette the other day, but I'm just going to be doing the purple eye first. I'm going to take that purple shade that I initially used. That wasn't really that pigmented. Seeing how well that works, dragging that along the lower lash line. If I have to, I'll use that brighter pink shade that I use, which I think I'll have to, because this one just isn't showing up as well. Yeah, I'm going to take a little bit of that pink shade, Manifest It. And then take a little bit of that shimmer shade. That I put in the very center, I just put in the inner corner, and also using the same brush actually. I'm taking the shade Blurred Lines, which is the light shimmer sparkle shade. And I'm going to take some Fix Plus. I'm just putting on the inner corner max. That definitely looks nice. Okay, I'm going to be doing that same thing on the other side real quick, and then I'll do the lower lash line on the other side. I feel like I look crazy because I'm not used to doing all these colors on my eyes. But, okay. The show must go on though, right? So I'm taking that blue shade, that same brush I was using for my lower lash line, just drag it. I feel like I didn't need that much of this. I probably honestly got too much on my brush. Doesn't look too bad. And then I'll take that reddish brown shade that I used my crease with it and just kind of blend that out so it's not as blue. Actually, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side and take that shade Woke that I used in my crease, that light pink shade, and just kind of blend out that really like bright pink. Okay, so that is done. Now I'm just going to put on some liner so I look a little less crazy, even though I am wearing two different eye looks, so how less crazy am I really gonna look, right? But we're gonna try. I'm gonna take my Collab Beauty, what is this called? Bold Face Liner in the black shade. I'm just putting that in the lower lash line. Okay, I'm taking my Essence eyeliner, my waterproof eyeliner pen on the top. And some mascara, which, can you guess what I'm going to be using? It's become a new favorite of mine, my Pure Fully Charged mascara. I've been really into this lately. What am I doing? I have like a black speck of mascara on my face. Yeah, so these are the completed eye looks. So it's purple and there's the blue. I like how they both turned out, honestly. I think they both turned out really, really nicely. As far as blendability, oh my gosh, the only shade I had a problem with was that purple. This one was just really patchy. I did not like that. But as far as the other shades, I mean, this intense blue, it's so intense. You saw when I first put it on how intense it is. Blended out just fine. I thought I was going to have blending issues in my crease with it, and I didn't. And so that was really nice. And this shade right here, also really, really nice. I mean, even just swatched, pretty sure they swatched really well, if I remember right. Yeah. Like, that's crazy. And I really like the shimmer shades. The only complaint I have with the blue look is the shimmer shade with it is really, really pretty. It's just pretty dark. Like, it isn't really brighter than the matte shade. It's just like a different shade of blue. It's so pretty, but I like to do a halo eye, have a lighter color in the middle. Now, I could have just like done a, you know, normal eye look, what I normally do, and not do a halo eye, and it probably would have looked just fine. But I think it looks pretty still. And adding this shade in the center of that was a really good idea, so that made it even better. So yeah, overall, I am seriously loving this palette. I'm definitely going to keep playing with it and using it some more. I really want to use it in conjunction with my BH palette. I think that'll be so nice. So I can't wait to keep using it. The only shades so far that I have not used is the shade Realness, this dark brown one, and then the two bottom shades right here. I haven't used those. Every other shade in the palette, though, I have used, and so far I like, except this purple, because like I said, this purple is pretty awful. Like, it looks good on your finger, but then when you swatch it, I mean, it's just so stiff. Like, some of these other shades feel kind of stiff, but I'll grab a finger that I haven't used for swatches today, so it's like totally clean. Okay, like, yeah, it's just, I'm really not into this shade. This shade's pretty awful. So far, I think this is the only, like, bad shade in the palette, though. I haven't used the other three shades, like I said. But if I swatch those real quick, I'm sure that they'll be fine. Oh my gosh, that shade Realness, that dark brown, and then that, even that dark black. Oh my gosh, all three of those shades are really buttery. Yeah, those swatched great. The only bad color in the palette, I would have to say, is Keep Cool. That one is pretty bad. I mean, I know purples are hard to do, but I was hoping it would be more. So, yeah, that's the only shade I'm not liking out of this. Everything else, though, I think is great. So, I would definitely recommend this palette. It's $20. I don't think that's a bad price for what you get. The quality of it is really, really there, except for the purple. But if you don't care that much about the purple, if you know you wouldn't use it as much, or you use the other colors a lot, then I could see it being worth it. So, yeah. But that's how I feel on this palette. So, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And I will definitely do more like this, using more colorful eyeshadows instead of just doing my neutrals like I normally do. But I'm definitely going to still do my neutrals, because even though I am diving into color, I'm still a neutral girl. So, if you like those, don't worry, they're still going to be here. But yeah, that was it for this video, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll watch my next one. So, Alright, bye.